Namaste yogis, welcome to my channel. My name is Kassandra. In today's practice, I am continuing my Yin Yoga Chakra series. This practice is all about the third eye chakra. Now, this chakra is associated with the color indigo or deeper blues, and it has to do with intuition. So really cultivating your ability to listen and trust your own inner guidance system, your own intuition. And it also has to do with your sense of spiritual purpose, your guidance, your creativity, and your imagination. I really love working with this theme of the chakra because it's all about the bigger picture. So instead of getting bogged down and clouded by the noise of our everyday lives and the noise of the people around us who are telling us what we should and shouldn't be doing, the third eye chakra is really asking you to get clear with yourself. When you really shut all of the rest of the world out and you listen to your own inner intuition and to that inner voice, what does it want for you? What does your highest self want for you? And can you believe that you are your highest self and that you only want good for yourself? It's a really powerful chakra to activate, and one that can really make us feel empowered that we are making the right decisions for ourselves because we're making decisions that are truly in line with our soul purpose, not just going through the motions and not just acting from a place or acting in a certain way because it's what other people expect of us. So when we tap into this third eye chakra, we can expect a boost of creativity and a thrilling imagination and a really deepened sense of intuition. So if you have yet to do my Chakra Yin yoga classes here on YouTube, I like to pair yin yoga poses or asanas with affirmations. So for every pose that we'll be in, I'll be telling you an affirmation, and all you need to do is listen to it and repeat it over to yourself a few times and just notice how this affirmation makes you feel. I always recommend that people have a journal, a notebook, or just pen and paper somewhere close by, so that if you do find that something is speaking to you, especially when we're dealing with the third eye chakra, dealing with themes of intuition and communication and spiritual purpose, if you do have these kinds of insights coming to you, you'll probably want to write them down, either during our practice or just at the end of the practice. Take a few minutes for yourself. We're also going to be using 2 blocks, so you do need props for this practice. I have my props somewhere close by. Before we go into our asanas, we're just going to start with a grounding meditation. So sit any way that is comfortable to you and just close your eyes. You can let your hands rest on your knees or thighs, or just one hand over the other in your lap. And just letting go the day you've had or anything else that might be on your mind right now. And think over your sense of intuition, your imagination, your spiritual purpose. In what ways would you like to grow? Do you feel like you are in touch with your intuition, with your higher self? Before we move to our poses, let's do alternate nostril breath, so a pranayama exercise. You can keep your eyes closed. With your right hand, you can bend the index and middle finger so that you have your thumb, ring finger, and pinky finger still extended. And you're just going to, I'll just demonstrate and explain first. You're going to seal off your right nostril with your thumb, and then take an inhale through your left nostril for a count of 4, 5, or 6. And at the top of that inhale, you're going to block off your left nostril, open up the right, and exhale for that same count of 4, 5, or 6 through the right nostril. And then we repeat by inhaling through the right for that same count, sealing it off, and exhaling out of the left. And we'll do that for a few rounds together, about 8 rounds or so. So lengthening your spine, seal off the right nostril, and then inhale through the left for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seal it off, exhale through the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seal it off. Exhale through the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going at your own pace. Two more cycles. And after that final exhale, just come back to your natural breath rhythm. So Nadi Shodhan, or alternate nostril breath, is meant to clear the cobwebs of the mind. So clearing away any clutter, any fuzziness, any noise. And this helps us find balance internally. And it allows us to think clearly, to see the bigger picture. Let's make our way into a child's pose. You can either make this an easy child's pose with the knees together, which is what I'll be doing, or you can do a wide-legged child's pose, so bringing the knees further out. Because this is focus on the third eye, you're going to rest the forehead either directly to the mat or onto your block, and I'm going to reach the arms behind me with the palms to face up. Allowing your shoulders to settle and your belly to be soft. Connecting the third eye to the earth. Breathing in the nourishment from the earth. And internally repeat the affirmation, I am connected to my purpose. I am connected to my purpose. Bring your arms out in front of you. Press into the fingertips. Just slowly lift up inch by inch. And you can move your feet out of the way. We'll be coming into head to knee pose or half butterfly pose. Right leg will extend out in front of you. And you can bend your left knee, just bringing the sole of that left foot to the inside edge of your right thigh. And I'll grab my blocks actually for this one. So both blocks. Grounding both sit bones to the earth and lengthening up. So we're going to move into a forward fold. And again, because we are focusing on the third eye, I want my forehead to be resting on something and to always be kind of applied pressure to and always be in contact. So depending on the range of motion and flexibility here, you might only need one block. If you're up a little bit higher, you can use both blocks just to allow your head to soften onto it. And because this is a yin practice, it's perfectly fine to let yourself round in this shape and also fine to bend your right knee. Just make sure that you're not pushing and pulling. We don't want to be using any kind of muscular effort and strength in a yin yoga pose. So we are finding our edge, not going past our limit. And we're also resolving to be still by letting gravity do the work for us. So fully relax in this pose. And imagine you can breathe directly into that space of the third eye, internally repeating to yourself, my intuition is always guiding me. My intuition is always guiding me. So with forward folds, we need to be super mindful of our lower back. Use your arms to push into the floor and slowly lift back up. Keep breathing even as you transition in and out of poses. And bending into the right knee, we'll go and switch sides. Left leg will extend out in front of you, bringing the right foot to the inner groin and inner thigh, lengthening up through the spine. And you might have one side that's a lot tighter than the other, and that's very, very normal. So you might need more props on one side than on the other. Just ease your way into it as slow as you need to. Softening the neck, letting the head be heavy, and resting the third eye either on a block, on your palms, or on the floor. And our affirmation on this side is, I have all the answers within me. I have all the answers within me. And engage your arms just like on that first side, inch by inch, lifting up. Before we go into our next pose, you might want to bring your feet flat to the floor with the knees bent and just let the knees drop side to side. Releasing the low back from those deep forward folds. And staying really present to your practice. So our next pose is a little bit more restorative in nature. It's like a shoulder assist. So you will need both blocks out in front of you on your mat, either on the first level or the second level. I prefer the second one first. And you're just going to lay on your belly with the blocks underneath your shoulders. I'm just gonna move my journal here to the side. support yourself with the blocks underneath your shoulders, and then you want your forehead to be down on the mat. So I prefer to have the arms extended out behind me, palms turning to face up, and then forehead resting down. Breathe into your upper back. And depending on your level of flexibility, you might even be able to lift your blocks up on their highest level. But we're not trying to push too much, just settling here. Internally repeating the affirmation, my spiritual vision is clear. My spiritual vision is clear. And from this pose, we're just going to go right away into Shavasana. So ease your way out, and you can just flip over onto your back. No props needed here. Lowering yourself down, take up some space, and get really comfortable here so that you can enjoy these final few moments of rest and relaxation. And our final affirmation for the third eye chakra is, I see the bigger picture and trust my inner wisdom. I see the bigger picture and trust my inner wisdom. Start to wake back up from this deep rest. Breathe a little deeper. Make any movements that feel good. You can roll to one side, coming up to Take a seat. And close your eyes once you're there. Bringing your hands together at the front of the heart. Notice how you feel now as opposed to when you first stepped onto your mat. And we'll close our practice with the chant of Om one time, but let's bring the thumbs to rest on the third eye. Inhaling to chant, big breath in. Bowing forward, Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for doing this yin yoga practice for the third eye chakra with me. I would love to know how this went for you. Do leave me a comment down below and share with me what you thought and how this went for you, if there was a particular affirmation that resonated with you. I have many more chakra classes here on my channel, so I would encourage you to try the other ones. And if you are new, please do subscribe. I put out new classes every single week. Thank you all so very much. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.